How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Zollner Stadium, where the Concordia Cadets will face the Wayne Generals. On this season, the Concordia Cadets are 4-2, and the Generals are 2-4. Wayne has chosen to have Concordia start off this game in very wet conditions. It's rained pretty much all day. Still have cloud cover. We do have some blue sky to the south, but immediately over the stadium here on the north side of Fort Wayne, the clouds are thick and we still may receive some additional rain. Tonight represents the point in the season when there's only 3 games remaining, and Wayne is definitely a team that's up and coming, and Concordia, I heard on the way to the game tonight that there are some fans who believe that this could be a state challenging team for the Cadets. Hello? Might be having some technical problems at this particular stadium. The camera videographer, David Mortensen, has to go up on top of the press box. So sometimes we can't always hear or see each other, so hopefully it's working. At this point, Concordia will have receive.
Kicking for the Generals, number 83, Salary.
Bailey Salary will kick it off deep to, I believe that's number 34, Mark Mallers. It's going to go, not a lot of footing there, and the Concordia Cadet runner is in the clear, and he's going to come back out. That's Anderson Drew. He's going to come out to the 43-yard line of the Cadets, where quarterback for the Cadets, Peter Morrison, who's 97 for 148 yards, that is. He'll have 3 receivers to his right, 1 wing back behind him, hands it off, and number 4, Curligrand, is going to pick up about 5 or 6. Curligrand is an Indiana State recruit. He's rushed for 415 yards this year and is 7 for 17, or he has 7 touchdowns. That's compared to 17 last year. So he just has a few more games to see if he can match that figure. We have 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Curligrand behind Morrison. They're going to fake it and then give it to Curligrand, who's going to slip and fall. He had some yardage in front of him. He doesn't even quite make it to the first down marker, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 2. So with 10:51 here at Zollner Stadium on this first drive of the evening, the Cadets are trying to get their first down of the game. Hand off again to Curlegrand, and he may have picked it up with the second effort. Nice play by the Generals. It is a first down. Number 75, Lucas John. Excuse me. Number 75, Zach Eder, was on the stop, as well as Chapman. So first down. That'll be the first of the contest and possession for Concordia. Three receivers now to the far side, one to the near. The pitch also out to Curlegrand.
Option handoff to Curlegrand.
And he's going to lose some on this one.
Tackled by 4 Pearson.
Tackled by Pearson for the Generals. As we're just getting started tonight, we want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine for their sponsorship of tonight's contest, as well as Sports Center here on SummitCitySports.com. I'm Michael Mortensen. I'll be your broadcaster tonight with our videographer up on the roof, David Mortensen. Throw out to the far side, and I believe that's number 12 to Collinger. It's complete, but he only is going to pick up about 1 or 2, and so it'll be third down and 8.
Tackled by 6. Hassan.
Morrison's just had an outstanding season thus far. I've heard great reports about his character and what he means to his linemen and his fellow players. He's going to fake it and cut the other way, and but he's not going to make up the third down. It's going to be placed at the 41, and so it'll bring up fourth down and probably 4.
Tackled by Friesen.
But we'll see if the Cadets will go for it or if they'll punt it away and put the Generals back deep. I think Concordia is going to go for it. Curlegrand in the backfield, 3 receivers here to the right, 1 to the left. Morrison's in the shotgun looking, and he's going to find his receiver, Colton Grahovic, a junior, and one of the leading receivers for the Cadets. He's hauled in 31 receptions for 444 yards this year. He has 3 touchdowns.
First and 10.
And so it's going to be first and 10 at the 23-yard line. Don't really see the Cadets running into the middle of this mud mess, but we'll see what they choose. Sure enough, right through the middle, breaks through a tackle, and Curlegrand, will he make it in? Oh, he's ruled down, perhaps at the half-yard line. So he breaks that for about 16 yards. It's going to be first and goal here with 7:10 left in the first quarter at Zollner Stadium. Student section right in front of me, along with the Concordia cheerleaders. Morrison's going to tuck under center, and it's going to be a keeper, and he's going to charge in, and that's a touchdown.
You can put it on the board, yes.
So that's 16 touchdowns, I believe, for the Cadets quarterback, Peter Morrison. And if you're not ready for it, here at Concordia, they have a cannon that goes off when the touchdown is scored. The Cadets will place it down with number 7, Bortner. And the kicker ends up on the ground, but there's no penalty. And so Morrison will make his 26 out of 29 field goal attempts on the year. And let me check that. That was not Morrison. That was number 7, Drew Bordner, who also serves as a linebacker. He's the one who kicked that through the uprights to give the Cadets 7. And I apologize, fans. I thought I saw it go in, but I am mistaken. So it's going to be just 6-0 here at Zollner Stadium with 6:50 left. And that quarterback keeper for Morrison.
Morrison back to kick for the Cadets. Back for Wayne, Hill, and Kelsaw.
For those Concordia Cadet fans, Kelsaw is back, and he's a top flight return man for the Generals. So the Cadets will definitely have to wrap him up. In an earlier game that I broadcast, they kept it away. It looks like the Cadets are going to do the same things. The ball's going to go out of bounds.
Kick out of bounds by the Cadets.
So they're going to keep it out of Kelsaw, Daviar Kelsaw's hands. He is a dangerous returner and runner
Wayne under 35
for Derek Moore's Generals. So the ball is going to be placed at the 35. Concordia wanting to get back in the win column after a tough loss last week at Homestead. And we have a new quarterback. It's Ethan Hartman. He's going to put it in the belly of number 5, Kelsaw. There's a flag in the play.
Hand off by Hartman to Kelsaw.
Deontay Collins-Jones has been the predominant quarterback, from what I understand, of the Wayne program this year. He's led them in their offense, 87 for 167 yards with 10 touchdowns. But tonight, Ethan Hartman, a junior, is going to take over. And there's a holding called against the Generals. So the ball is going to be placed at the 27. So it's going to be first and 19 for the Generals. It'll be interesting to see if it takes a few snaps for the new quarterback for the Generals to kind of get into the rhythm at this point. Again, it's not raining, but it's rained all day, so that track is real slippery.
Another penalty on the play.
Another piece of dirty laundry, and this time it's going to be offsides by the Cadets, so the Generals will get 5 of that 10 yards back.
Offsides on the Cadets. Brings up first and 13 from the 32.
So it's first and 13 with the ball placed at the 32-yard line for the Generals. Now we have 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. I believe that's Ahmad Hill behind Check that. That's Cameron Johnson. Looks like there might be some kind of confusion, or not exactly sure what's happening. Clock has not started, 25-second clock that is. Quick screen pass out to the right to number 9, Darius Alexander.
Pass by Hartman, complete to Kelsall. Pushed out on the play by 5, Griggs.
Must be having problems seeing numbers tonight, because the announcer said that was number 5, Kelsall. It's going to be 3rd and 6. It is true that at twilight, these light blue numbers and the hollow numbers that Concordia have are nearly impossible to see. Now hand off to number 22, Richard Bass, but he's going to be stacked up.
Hand off to Johnson. Stopped. Brings up 3rd and 6.
So 3rd down, 5 yards to go, perhaps 6. Quick handoff to, I believe, that's number 9.
Brought back.
And Kelsall, or to number 5.
Brings up 4th and about 3 for the
5,
Ducks.
and so it's going to be 4th and 3. So will the Generals send in their putter on this play? And an amazement to me, it doesn't look like they are. Ethan Hartman is going to be there and try to stack up. Hands it off, and number 7 for Concordia just blows through the line, and Drew Bortner got the first lick on the running back. And so the Concordia Cadets are going to take over on downs. Ball's going to be placed at the 34. Wow, that was there was just somebody missed their block, because he just bust through the line, and he had no chance. So with 5:07 and the Cadets leading 6-0, 6-0, you can tell I've been announcing some soccer. Morrison is back in. He's back, almost slips and falls, and he's going to keep it. And then he's going to step out of bounds. Number 13, Xavier Johnson, was there to make sure he picked up no further yardage, but he still picks up a good 7 yards on that. So obviously when you have Kurlegrand in your backfield, it's going to open up some opportunities for you to run. And I know that Morrison is one of the leading rushers for the Cadets as well. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. He's going to go out to the other side, and
Morrison's play action pass complete to Collinger.
that's to Collinger,
Tackled on the play by Kelsall.
number 12. And that's going to be a first down.
Football's on the 19 for the Cadets.
Temperature here tonight is pleasant. Several are wearing the long sleeves or jackets, but it's not too uncomfortable. Morrison hands it off to Killigran, and he's going to be stacked up at the line.
Brought down, short gain.
If he made any gain, he just got maybe a half a yard or 1 yard. And looking at the sticks, looks like maybe a half yard at best. So the Wayne Generals trying to
2nd and 9 for the Cadets.
keep this scoring low. Concordia, they average over 33 points a game. Actually 34.2. Morrison back, and he's looking for number 7 to Border, but just goes over his head. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Cadets. And looking at the stats, Concordia has either been feast or famine in the red zone. They've only tried 1 field goal on the year, and that was missed. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion between Meningel and his quarterback. And so Concordia is going to call a timeout here. So we're going to take a timeout as well and just tell you that you're listening to SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260sports. You can like us on our Facebook page at Summit City Sports. And make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Parkview Sports Medicine is one of our leading sponsors. They are our leading sponsor, and they're proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine's roster of physicians and experts provides a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. So with 3:43 left here in this first quarter, it's 3rd and 9. Generals need to stop to keep the Cadets in check. 3 receivers to the right. Gilligrand. Now Morrison's back, throws, looking deep for Colton Grahovic, and he's going to pull that in for another touchdown. And so now it's 12-0 at the 3:36 mark. Beautiful pass by Morrison to Grahovic.
Morrison back to kick for the Cadets.
Morrison is now in to kick with number 7, Bortner holding. This last kick, I believe, was either blocked or I know it wasn't good. So Morrison steps in. And this time it's good. So it is now 13 and the Generals 0. And the fans stand, clap as the fight song for the Cadets is played. So immediately the Cadets have jumped on the Generals. Generals, they were 0-10 last year, but a lot of freshmen and sophomores got experience. Their coach, Derek Moore, won his first game of his career at Wayne earlier this year, and a win over Northrop. And then he came back and won against Southside. The games that Wayne has lost to would be Dwenger, Lewers, Northside, and Snyder. So they've had some good competitions in the games that they've lost, and I'm telling you, they have some outstanding up-and-comers that will make their names known in the SAC. It's a short kick and almost picked up by the Cadets. Morrison is almost like it was an unintentional, intentional, if there is such a thing, offside kick. And the ball hit the ground, and the Wayne player missed it, and the Cadets were right there.
First and 10 for the Generals.
The Generals would really like to have it in the hands of number 5, Davion Kelsaw, but Morrison has not kicked it to him yet. Coach Derek Moore says that Kelsaw is lightning quick, or as fast as lightning. He's got 51 carries on the season for 296 yards. Dylan Hart is another outstanding back for the Generals, 49 for 279 yards. This time they're going to hand it off in the middle. And finally, Hart is going to pick it up, and that's one of the things that makes him so dangerous. He's big and strong and can drag a few players with him, and he is going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards on that play. He's not afraid to go in there with the big boys. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 with 3:04 left here in the first quarter. At the beautiful Zollner Stadium, home of not only the Concordia Cadets, but also the Bishop Dwenger Saints. 4 receivers this time, out to the left, 1 to the right. We'll see. Nice pitch, but
Hart's pass deep to Young, incomplete.
And that's interesting. Hart just ran the ball, and then it was almost like a wildcat, where it was thrown back to Hart, and he threw it, but it was short. They don't see a flag on the play, but they're going to call a penalty.
Unsportsmanlike.
They're going to call unsportsman. Oh, there's confusion, and no, it's not against the head linesman. He threw it, or he pointed to the Wayne sideline, but then the other official took the ball the wrong way. But it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the General sidelines, and so that's going to, instead of just leaving 3rd and 5, it's going to bring up 3rd and 20. This time Ethan Hartman's back in the game. Still not sure exactly why Deontay Collins-Jones is not in the game. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Screen pass out to the right-hand side, and going to pick up maybe 5 or 6 yards to number 11, Craig Young, one of the top receivers for the Generals. He's had 19 catches for 283 yards on the season. But looks like some confusion on the General sideline. It looked like the number 9, Darius Alexander, wanted to go for it, but now the Wayne kicker is going to come in and punt it away. That's Bailey Celery, and he's going to kick it up to Grahovic. Going to bring it up to the 47. There is a flag on the play. This doesn't seem like the Generals are in sync yet. The officials are going to mark this ball back. I haven't seen what the penalty is. It's a hold on the return. So that'll be 10-yard penalty.
Takes it back to the 37.
So the ball will be placed at the 37 with 2:24 left here in
First and 10.
the first quarter. While the skies are definitely dark, it's not raining at this moment like it was when we first arrived. So Morrison with Kurlegren in the backfield. Oh, bad snap. Ball's on the ground, but he picks it up, looks around. He's going to throw it to the left side.
Morrison's pass to Kurlegren.
And Kurlegren's going to break out there, and he's going to pick up a first down.
Gain of about 16 on the play.
So 16-yard pickup. With 2:04, 2:03 left. Concordia already up 13-0. They did miss an extra point in the first possession. Morrison back. Throws it, and it's complete. Looks like number 12, Collinger. Oh,
Be close for a first down.
they say it's Anderson Drew. Looks like a first down, but I don't know if they're going to measure this. Looks like they're talking about placement of the ball. They call it a first down.
That's enough for Concordia. First down.
So the ball is going to be at the 38-yard line of the Generals. The Generals have not found a way to stop
Ball's on the 38. First and 10, Cadets.
the Cadets. They have Concordia has scored 2 touchdowns, 1 running and 1 through the air to Colton Grahovic. Little reverse, and that's picked up nicely by the Wayne defense. Number 30
Reverse to Maverick.
got in there. Amari Fields busted that play up as the Cadets were going to try reverse, and they lost big time there. And it's 2nd and 18 with 59 seconds and counting. Morrison last year played receiver, and obviously he has a good rapport with his receivers. Now 42 seconds left in this quarter. Morrison looking to the left, and will he find Grahovic?
Morrison's pass complete. Deep to Collinger.
Oh, that's actually Collinger. And
Tackled on the play by number 20,
outstanding
Hill.
catch, just stretched out, and the ball is
That's
going to be
enough for
placed
Concordia. First down.
at the about the 7-yard line, 8-yard line. So it'll be first and goal
First and goal for the Cadets.
for the Cadets. Morrison just seems to be having his way with the receivers, hauling it in. They're actually doing a better job throwing it through the air than they are running it. But here, that often happens, those passes opens up the lanes for the running game. And Peterson Kurlegren
That's the end of the
is going
first
to dive in
quarter.
and get to about the
With
5th
your
or 5-yard
Concordia
line.
Cadets,
And so
13
at the end of the
and
first
Wayne
quarter,
0.
the Concordia Cadets are up 13-0 over the Wayne Generals. Sports Center Inc. is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place orders and or answer other questions concerning pricing. Sports Center Inc. is located at 5511 Coventry Lane, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46804. It's right there by the B-Dubs out southwest. I've taken my girls there for their letter jackets, and they were not only happy with the stitchery and the quality of the work, but as parents, we were pleased with the price. So give Sports Center a chance. Back here at Zollner Stadium with a fresh 12 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. It's second and 5 for the Cadets. Morrison with Killigran behind him. Tight end looks like it's Drew Bordner. And number 12, Collinger goes into motion, and Killigran is going to run it over the right-hand side, and he's going to score. And they keep on shooting that cannon off, and wow, I might need a new heart after this game. So with 11:53 in the second quarter, Curligran gets his first touchdown of the evening. I believe that's his 8th on the season. Morrison's kick is good. So now it's 20-0 in favor of the Concordia Cadets. Ladies and gentlemen, encourage you, if you haven't already, to share Summit City Sports with your friends. Friday Night Football is not all that we produce or videotape or broadcast for you. Throughout the week, we have SIC soccer, boys and girls. We have volleyball. Soon we'll have basketball, and we've also had golf highlights as well. So tell your friends, share us on Facebook, and tell your friends about SummitCitySports.com. It's truly a blessing in this community to focus on these players and these teams and their coaches. Morrison, who serves as the place kicker as well as the quarterback, he is going to kick it off, and he has not given any of the deep men for the Generals an opportunity to run anything back. Pearson and Hassan are back. We'll see if they even have an opportunity to field the kick. Crowd starting to make their noise as he gets ready to step in to boot it. And this time he's going to let it fly, but it's, and the Wayne receiver, oh, what a mistake. He should have just let it go out of bounds, and that ball would have been brought out to the 35, but Pearson instead tries to catch it and then take off, but his momentum carried him off into the sidelines, and so the ball is going to be placed at about the 12-yard line, where the Generals, who have struggled in moving the ball tonight, will take and go 1st and 10. But these players are young, and they'll learn. They've got good coaches at Wayne and Concordia that will help them. 3 receivers here to the left, 1 to the right. It's back to Hart again. Oh, and he's hauled down in a hurry. So again, sort of what I would call a wildcat play. Hart, almost a fullback, is going to take that and run with it, but the Concordia line was as tough as a brick. And once again, Hart is back. Got 3 receivers here on the near side. Quick screen, but it's well overthrown. Intended for number 2, John Allen.
Brings up 3rd and 12 for the Generals.
So Wayne is really backed up, and they've got 3rd and 12. 11:05. They're already down 20 points here in this first half at home. And the Wayne Generals are going to call a timeout to see if they can come up with something to get their offense on target. Wayne definitely has some weapons. Devonar Kelsaw, Craig Young, a wide receiver who's 6'5" and 185 pounds. He's only a sophomore. Kelsaw is only a sophomore as well. He's 5'7", 175 pounds. So I'm sure that the coach for Wayne, Derek Moore, will get them heading in the right direction.
Scores around the area. Homestead 21, Carroll 3.
Homestead is up 21-3 over
16, Northrop 0.
over Carroll. A little bit of a surprise there. So now we have Hartman back in, and this time he's going to try to get away from the defenders, but no such luck, and it's going to be 4th down. The Hartman's going to be sacked.
It'll bring up 4th and long for the Generals.
Again, I don't know why Deontay Collins-Jones is not in there, but it's obviously hurting them. So Bailey Celery, the punter for the Generals, standing in his own end zone. Going to try to kick it away, whereas the Cadets returners are at the 40. Decent kick in terms of average-wise, but Maller's one of their leading returners for the Cadets, is going to take it to the 18, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cadets. Mallers has 45 rushes on the year for 488 yards, but he's also been a tremendous kick returner while they've averaged 19 or punt returns, they've had 4 for 28 yards for only a 7 average. He definitely picked up more than that on that play. So Morrison back, almost tackled or sacked, and intended on the right-hand side for Mallers on the far right-hand side, but it was incomplete. And so there it looks like there's a flag. It's going to be a hold, and this time it's going to be called on the Cadets. Again, fans, I apologize. It is very difficult at this with the hollowed numbers where you just see the outline in white on the maroon or the light blue. So seeing across the field, it's very difficult to see who the intended receivers are. I can see down the way here in the press box, the Concordia staff has a pair of binoculars to pick up And that's something that I don't have with me this evening. Maller's back. And he does complete it to Maller's number 34, but really doesn't pick up much. And so that's going to be second down. Looks like at least 20 or, well, it says at the scoreboard 17. So we've got one receiver here to the near side, two to the far side. Hands it off to number 24. To Morrow, Marcus Morrow, that's number 20. And he's going to pick up just a few.
Brings up about 3rd and 13 for the Cadets.
Morrow's a junior, 5'9". So 3rd and 13. Looks like Morrow's in the backfield again. I can just see that by his stature. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Morrison is going to go deep. And a nice catch. And a touchdown. So 21 yards, and I believe that is Colton Grahovic. And so we haven't hit the halfway point, and it's 26-0 here with 6:38, 6:39. And the kick by Morrison is good. So it's 27. So the Cadets just all over Wayne. Wayne's not able to generate any offense at this point in the game. And their defense has not stopped Concordia either. So we've had 4 scores, all touchdowns. One by a keeper by Morrison, 2 through the air to number 1, Grahovic, and then another on a run for Peterson Kurlegran.
Recognize 3 different class reunions going on. The 1981
stands are pretty much filled here at Concordia. It's senior night, and before the game, the Cadets honored all of their seniors and had their parents come out on the track as well and mention which college or university the student athlete was thinking about attending and their goals and ambitions. It's always inspiring to see what these young men hope to do. So we wish them well. Nice kickoff. This one is going to go out of bounds again. And therefore, the officials will bring that ball back to the 35-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Generals, with them down 27-0 here with 8:30 left in the half. Kind of a stacked look. Oh, and the quarterback this time, I believe that was Devinar Kelsaw. He's quick, but he kind of appeared to be the road runner, where his feet got moving faster than he could go. on the muddy field. So he's going to lose 5 on the play. Looks like Kelsaw is going to be back in that quarterback position tonight. They've had 3 different quarterbacks for the Generals. This time Kelsaw is going to take it, come on this right-hand side. He's going to break through, and he's the quick one. So, and he finally is going to get pushed out by number 21, Gantre Hughes. Hughes was the last one to be able to stop Kelsaw. I said earlier how dangerous he was, and sure enough, as soon as he made it through that. As soon as he made it through those initial blocks, he almost took it to the house. Kelsaw, again, this time, same type of play, this time in the middle, and the line just going to eat him up. But he keeps his leg moving, and so he's going to pick up maybe 2 on the play. The Concordia fans are being treated to free T-shirts. Shot up into the air.
Brings up 2nd and 6.
So 2nd down and 6. And it looks like number 8, Ethan Hartman, is back at QB for the Generals. Gets it over to number 11, Young. Going to pick up a short gain. Maybe 2. Gerlegrand's going to knock him out.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And so let's see what Coach Derek Moore will pull out of his hat to try to get a first down. The Generals have not been this far into the opposition's field, so they definitely down 27-0 with 7:03 left in the half. Need to do something. Oh, the ball was intended for number 7, Zach Daniels, but it's thrown at his feet. So it's going to be 4th down and 4.
Members not on the field, and all parents who are escorting court members need to go see Miss Carson on the north side.
It appears that in addition to senior night here at Concordia, it's also homecoming night. So the cadets have a great showing for alumni and friends who have come back. Another quick pass, this time out to Kelsaw, and just can't keep a hold of it. And so the cadets are going to take over 1st and 10. Ball's going to be placed at the, it looks like maybe the 31-yard line with 6:56 left here in the first half. 27-0 in favor of the cadets.
Please see Miss Carson on the north side by the scoreboard just outside the fence leading to the field at the 3-minute mark.
Morrison with 2 receivers to the left and to the right. He's going to try to weave his way, but he's going to pass it back, but then, or he's going to flip it back, but he's going to it's going to be dropped. And we're going to see if the Generals pick this up or if it belongs to the Concordia Cadets.
Recovered by the cadets.
It's recovered, I believe, Morrison, who pitched that ball back after going into the line. He hustled back, and I believe he's the one who picked that up. So just a tremendous hustle play, because the Generals had that in their grasp, and they would have had that ball at around the 17-18. So it's just been a tough half for the Generals here on homecoming night at Zollner Stadium for the Concordia Cadets. Morrison back. Oh, nice, a nice tackle. Oh, a fumble on the play, and unless it's called back. Number 12
Forces pass intended for Collinger, fumbled on the play.
is going to pick it
Recovered
up.
by Wayne, number 12. Causey takes it in for
Derek
Wayne,
Causey,
touchdown.
a 6-foot sophomore, he picks up the fumble, and he runs it in. So that might just put a little spark into the Wayne Generals' step. They're down 27-6. We'll see if the Generals can kick this through, or what they're planning on doing. Luke Andrews is their normal kicker, but this time it looks like they're going to go for 2 instead. Deontay Collins-Jones is in there this time. He's going to hand it off to Kelsaw. Tries to get around the left-hand side. Falls through, and sure enough, he gets the 2-point conversion. So it'll be 27-8 with 5:57. So an INT by Derek Causey. Causey is number 12. He's 6 foot, 135 pounds. So not on the original roster that I received, so I wasn't exactly sure who that was. Could be wrong, but I believe Causey played last year for Southside, but I'm not 100% sure of that. But it's now 27-8, 5:57 left. Again, we want to thank Parkview Sports Medicine for their sponsorship of tonight's game. And
Snyder 30, Northrop 0. Dwenger 14, Lure 0.
Langer's leading Northrop tonight. Southside is actually leading Northside in a rivalry game. This game is played at Chambers Field for the totem pole. That's kind of an interesting. It looked like they were trying to do a fake play or fake kick, but somebody knocked it off the tee, and so the Generals are going to be called offsides. I've never seen that. They got into a huddle and they just started running, and somebody kicked the ball. Obviously, it was an onside kick attempt. I guess the offside came before the the person kicked the ball. Otherwise, I think Concordia could have just jumped on that. So they're going to go to Plan B now. Number 83, Bailey Celery, is going to kick it away. Nice boot. And that ball's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Ball goes into the end zone.
And so the Cadets will take over, I believe, at the 20.
First and 10.
Been so many different rule changes over the years. I think in the NFL now they bring it out to the 25, so sometimes it's hard to remember if it's to the 20 or the 25. And of course, when the ball is kicked out of bounds, then it goes out to the 35. Anderson Drews split out here far to the left. Morrison back, looking. Little drop pass, and Killigrand is going to take it, and he is going to be upended. And a nice tackle by number 13, Xavier Johnson, but he's definitely going to pick up a first down. Ball's going to Concordia is going to have the ball at the looks like the 49-yard line. Killigrand getting up a little slow after having his legs taken out from underneath of him. It's been one of the concerns is can he stay healthy this year? Morrison looks over the top, gonna throw it to, intended for Mallers, but it's gonna be knocked out of the way. So it'll be 2nd and 10. .518 left here in the half. 27-8 in favor of the Cadets. 3 receivers right here in front, and 1 to the far side. Morrow is going to take it, go through a couple, tries to get it off to tries to get through, and I think he's going to pick up a first down. If not, he's going to be just short. Looks like he's going to be just shy, maybe by just a few inches. So it'll be 3rd down. But that's number 20, Marcus Morrow. He's a junior. Morrison is only 5'10", and the line is far larger on the Wayne side, but he has good rapport with his receivers. Morrow, once again, right up the middle, and he's going to pick up the first down. One of the big defenders for the Generals is Darius Alexander. He's 6'6", 235 pounds, number 9, and he's only a sophomore. So if you've heard me say it once, you'll hear me say it again. Wayne, even though they're only 2-4 this year, it's better than the 0-10 last year, and they've got a lot of young talent that they're going to be. They're getting a lot of great experience. Morrison is going to squeak away, but there is a flag in the play.
Push out of bounds by number 32, Hart. Penalty on the play.
Most likely a hold, I'm guessing. The Cadets are walking backwards, and that's what the official is going to call. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty with 4:08 left here in the half. Ball's going to be marched back to the 49-yard line of the Generals. It'll be 1st and forever. But with the arm that Morrison has, he can break that down into small parts and perhaps get a first down. The officials blow a whistle. I think the clock actually started before.
Upcoming athletic contest.
Before.
Volleyball Tuesday, October 4th, versus Bishop DeWanger here at 6 p.m.
I'm not exactly sure what happened. The officials are talking it off at the 45-yard line.
At Homestead. Boys varsity soccer sectionals Wednesday, October 5th. 5:30 versus Northside at Homestead.
Officials going to restart the 25-second clock. 3:51 left on the main clock. Morrison has 3 receivers to the right, 1 here to the left. And nice pass and connection to Grahovec. been a popular destination for Morrison. Verhoeven is a junior. Morrison will bring in the play from Meningel, head coach, who's in his 7th year with a record of 25 and 26. Sure, he'd like to make it to the 500 mark. Morrison looking downfield and just overthrown. Intended for Kohlinger, but it's incomplete. And there's a Wayne General that's going to be shook up on the play. They all kind of collided there, and so the officials are going to call a timeout. It's number 24 for the Generals. That's Chad. Nope, that's Ahmad Hill. He's been one of their reliable defenders. He's going to go off limping. And again, it's time that we tell you that we really appreciate the Parkview Sports Medicine. They're proud to celebrate athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you're participating in organized athletics, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine roster of physicians and experts provide a one-stop shop for you. So again, thank you to Parkview Sports Medicine and their trainers that are at all of these games and practices. Mallers goes into motion, and the pass is complete, and will he make it? Grahovic makes down to about the 1 yard line. He did a little post pattern in the middle, and nice catch. He's been just an outstanding receiver for Morrison. I believe he's already had 2 touchdowns on the evening. So with 2:34, the Cadets are looking to take another lead. This time is handed off to Killigrand, and it appears that he's going to come up just short. It appears that Wayne has called a timeout.
Timeout Wayne before the play.
Interesting. They said that
We have 2 new winners.
it's very interesting. I don't know if that last play counted or not. The announcer said that the timeout was called before the play. So I don't know if that means the play to come or the play that just took place. It does say 2nd and 1 on the 2. Regardless, the Generals need to come up with a big stop. They're already down 27-8 with 2:21 left here in the first half.
Season completed. Great job, ladies. Boys and girls cross country Saturday, October 1st.
A lot of sectional actions will start this weekend. Soccer and I believe tennis. So you'll definitely be hearing from SummitCitySports.com. Curligrand is in the backfield. Morrison up under center. He's going to hand it off to Curligrand, and he's going to push forward. Will he make it in? He's pushed back, but the official says touchdown. So Curligrand will get his 2nd TD of the night with 2:18 left. I think my heart is finally getting used to that cannon that keeps going off here at Zollner Stadium. So it's currently 33-8, and Morrison is back to kick the extra point. I believe Drew Bordner is his holder, number 7. Wayne has come close to blocking. And that ball is through, so it's now 34-8. So Curligrand He has his second touchdown of the game. And Morrison has one. And then Grahovic has two. So they've spread it around in terms of the offense. And they have come just 0.2 points from their season average for the Concordia Cadets. Just shy of the halftime here. Well, there will be a lot of homecoming festivities.
At halftime, Bishop Dwenger 14, Bishop Lures 0.
Dwenger continues to lead Bishop Lures 14 to
Snyder,
0 at half.
33, Northrop 0.
Snyder's up over Northrop 33 to 0. Another interesting situation tonight where
Morrison back to
Snyder
Concordia
is
Cadets.
playing as the home team at Northrop. That's their home field, even though it's at Northrop High School. Morrison kicks it away this time, and this time he's going to kick it all the way down into the end zone, and so the Generals are going to have a touchback.
First and 10 for Wayne from the 20.
First time that the Cadets have kicked it all the way, or put the complete leg into it. Oftentimes it just has been a short kick to keep Kelsaw from having the opportunity to run it back.
Deidre Moore from Frontier Communications.
In this last in this last play or last possession, Deontay Collins-Jones re-entered the contest for the first time, the normal quarterback for Wayne. He's going to take it. He's looking here to the near side to Young. Young's going to dance around and go out of bounds. DeAndre Collins-Jones is 87 for 167 yards on the season, and he has 10 touchdowns. So we'll be able to see if the Generals can get their offense going again with the regular quarterback in the game. Ethan Hartman started for the Generals, but the only score the Generals have been able to come up with was a fumble recovery by Derek Causey. Collins-Jones sprints out. Now he's going to carry it. He's not only an excellent passer, but he's also a good runner, so a double threat. And this time, though, the defense is going to do a nice job on picking him up on that outside, and it's only going to pick up a couple. So it's going to be 2nd and probably 8 or 2nd and 9 with 1:40 left on the clock. Hart goes into motion. Jones, he had two receivers wide open. Number 2, John Allen. Allen was wide open, no one around him within 10 yards, and yet could not get it on target. And as a result, it's going to be 3rd down with 1:32 left here at Zollner Stadium. Little nip in the air. Something that I was off last week, and the week before I was doing some video work, so haven't experienced that this year. Oh, right in the bread box basket of Craig Young, but just incomplete. So it's going to bring 4th and 9. So it looks like the Generals are going to kick it away. So with Jones perhaps not starting tonight, perhaps needs a little bit more time to get some sort of rhythm. And so the punter, Luke Andrews, I believe, will kick it away. But there's going to be a timeout Fort Wayne.
Deidre Moore.
Actually, it's
We
not.
have your
It's
ID
not.
and
It's not Luke
credit
Andrews
cards up in the
kicking,
press
but
box.
it's Bailey
We're
Salary.
heading to the food truck soon.
During this timeout. Just remind you to spread the good word of SummitCitySports.com with your friends. We've already had more hits on our website than we did in the entire year last year. And I believe it's because we're supporting these athletes here in Fort Wayne in the SAC and the surrounding area when they play a Fort Wayne team. So we encourage you to show your support of SummitCitySports.com by subscribing to our YouTube channel, liking us on Facebook, or following us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Nice boot. It's going to be picked up by Mallers coming toward this side, and he's going to get driven out of bounds. But at the 45.
Knocked out by number 43, Cotton.
Number 43 for the Generals. Patrick Cotton is going to knock Mallers out of bounds, and so with 1:14 left here in the half, we'll see what Concordia is going to try to do. They've already got a 34-8 lead. Morrison looking to the right. I think that's Mallers, and it looks like he's going to pick up a first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Penalty on the play.
By the reaction of the Concordia coaches up here, I think they're going to, they're not going to like that. They're going to call it holding against the Cadets. So that's going to be 10 yards back. From the spot of the foul, I believe. And so it's going to be first down and maybe 11 with 1:07 left here in the half. Kohlinger goes into motion, but Curligran is going to, it's going to be handed off to him, but he's not going to make it anywhere. Brought down by number 23, Terrence Friesen. Ball's going to be placed at the 41. So 30 seconds. There's 17 seconds left in the play clock, and about a 2-second differential between the play clock and the regular clock. Hand off to Morrow. He's going to pick up 2, and that's going to be the end of the first half with the Concordia Cadets 34 and the Wayne Generals 8. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on SummitCitySports.com. We're sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine and by the Sports Center. So, again, we thank you again for being with us. Stick around as the band is going to come out and play here in a few minutes. We'll have that for you, and then we'll have the second half full action here for you here at the Zollner Stadium, home of the Concordia Cadets.
hear it for the band. Great job. And again, their first competition is tomorrow at Homestead High School at 1:28. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zollner's Stadium here at Concordia High School, where the Concordia Cadets are all over the Wayne Generals 34-8. I hope you enjoyed the Concordia marching band. Due to the field conditions, I'm sure they elected to stay on the track, but that's something that we appreciate sharing with you, and I hope that's something that you enjoy as well as we try to get these marching bands, as they work so hard throughout the week, starting oftentimes in July and August to prepare their show. And so congratulations to the Concordia Cadets and their marching band who played during halftime. The Generals are going to receive And we'll see if the Cadets kick it to them or away from them. This time they're going to kick it. I believe that's to Pearson. And he actually, it's number 11, Craig Young. He's going to go around the right-hand side, picks up about probably 10, 15 yards, and he'll take it to the 35-yard line where he's taken down. Besides the marching band that played for your halftime entertainment, the other activity that took place here at homecoming is that Peter Morrison was named the homecoming king. So he had a king's crown that he wore for pictures with the queen that was named, and then now he's got his helmet back on.
Colin Jones pass complete to Hart.
Collins Jones is
also a penalty.
Collins Jones throws it to Hart. It's taken in, but then doesn't make anything. In fact, he loses it, and then there's a flag called. Hart appears to be hurt. He's number 32 for the Generals, and he's hobbling off the field. Generals are going to be called for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's the second unsportsmanlike conduct of this game. I'm sure that's not the way that the coaching staff, led by Derek Moore, wanted to start the second half. So it's going to be 1st and 25 for Wayne. Deontay Collins-Jones does appear that he is back into this game. He did not start the contest, and he just came in on one of the final plays. Not exactly sure what led to that, but the Wayne Generals certainly played better when he was in there. Smiley face balloon going up into the sky. Not sure if you saw that, but floated past the press box. Be interesting to see where it lands. Two receivers to the left and right. Man-to-man coverage. Ball is complete to number 7, Zach Daniels. The Concordia defense came very, very close to being able to jump in front of that, and they would have easily made that 20 yards in for a score. Instead, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 24. Looking deep, and overthrows, intended again for number 7, Daniels. Daniels is a 6-foot senior, 170 pounds. So that's going to force the kicker for the Generals, number 83, Bailey Salary, to come in again. He's had a lot of action tonight back there. Looks like Mallers, as well as Colton Grahovic, will be around the 50-yard line for the Cadets, who will most likely have good field position. Gets kick away. Maller's going to call a fair catch, and the ball's going to be placed probably about the 46-yard line, where the Cadets will have their first possession of the second half. So with 11:21 here in the third quarter, Cadets outscoring the Generals 34-8. Two receivers to the left and to the right. Looks like Morrow's in the backfield behind, and handed off to Morrow from Morrison. Didn't pick up much. Mark Mallers. He's done some running tonight as well as catching. Predominantly been used on punt returns. Grahovic has 2 touchdowns already, as does Curlegrand has 2, and then
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Morrison has a quarterback keeper. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. With 2 incomplete. Well, at least the last one was incomplete. So Morrison with 2 wideouts to the left and right, and Marcus Morrow behind him. He's looking over here to Mallers. Mallers is going to pick up the first down and then some.
That's enough for a Concordia first down.
It's going to be taken down by number 28. That's Tristan Purnell.
Number 28, Purnell.
Ball's going to be placed at the 36-yard line. Concordia showing patience on this drive. They know that they have this game in command. Morrison with the flip out to Morrow. Morrow's down the sidelines, and he is going to run in for the score.
For a Concordia touchdown.
So with 10:16 left in this 3rd quarter, we've got another score for the Concordia Cadets. It's going to be at least 40-8, and we'll see what Morrison can do with the hold of Drew Bordner. I believe that was a 26-yard scamper with the pitch out from Morrison. The kick's going to be blocked, but there is a flag on the play. See what will be called. Looks like the official has his hands on his hips, so I wonder if it's going to be offsides. The Generals definitely do have some inside size, especially with Darius Alexander, who's 6'6". Definitely taking their time and announcing what this might be to the crowd. Personal foul called on Wayne. That's the second personal foul just in this quarter. So the ball is going to be placed about the 2-yard line, and Morrison will kick again with the hold of Drew Bordner, who's also a linebacker for the Cadets. Nearly blocked by number 5, Kelsaw. But now it's 41-8 with 10:16 left. Cadets have certainly allowed different players to score and get involved in the offense, and I'm sure that will bode well for them. Next week, they will travel to 6A Carroll. Carroll was getting beat earlier tonight by Homestead, but they have a potent offense as well, so that could be a real shooting match next week. And then the Generals, they're not gonna have it much easier. They're gonna host number 6A Homestead. Generals just haven't quite got any kind of offensive rhythm this evening. So Morrison's gonna kick it off back to number 11, Craig Young. Short kick. And
Morrison's kick returned by 24, Hill.
Picked up by number 24. It's good to see him back. Ahmad Hill. Earlier in the game, he had limped off the field. These kids are resilient, and of course they've got great care by one of our major sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine. Their trainers are on our sidelines of these games each and every day and week for practices and games, for JV, for freshmen, as well as varsity. So here comes number 3, Deontay Collins-Jones, with 3 receivers to the right, one to the right, or one to the left. Hands it off. No, he holds it, but he's going to be taken way down, and he's going to fumble it. But there is a flag on the play. Looked like he was going to hand it off and kept it at the last minute, kept going back, and the Concordia Cadets were there to bring him down. The flag is waved off, and so it's going to bring second down and a long way. Looks like it's about second and 30. Unfortunately for the Generals, it seems like they've gone backwards more through penalties or through lack of offensive plays, and we got maybe a delay of game. There is 0 seconds left, so once again the Generals are going the wrong way. Ball's going to be placed at the 9-yard line, so it's second and 35. But the Generals have the ability with the arm. This ball is complete to Kelsall, but it's almost a safety. Tackled. Ball's gonna, with forward progress, gonna be put down at the 4, and it's gonna be 3rd and 36. Not much you can do when you're backed up like this. But Wayne definitely has the receivers and the athleticism to pull this off. See how disciplined the Cadets are and their assignments. And the flags are going to fly again. This time it's actually it's not a flag, but it's a timeout. For the Wayne Generals. Again, we thank you for joining us here on SummitCitySports.com. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by our sponsors, Parkview Sports Medicine. They are proud to celebrate the athletic accomplishments across Northeast Indiana. Whether you are participating in organized athletes, looking for friendly competition, or wanting to stay fit, Parkview Sports Medicine's roster of physicians and experts provides a one-stop shop for surgery, rehab, sports performance, and sports nutrition. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Don't forget to tell your friends about SummitCitySports.com. You can follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. You can like us on Facebook at Summit City Sports, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel where we have far more than just football. We have throughout the week football, soccer, basketball, golf, and volleyball. So check out your favorite SAC school, and I'm sure we'll have one of their games throughout the week. Now standing back at his own end zones, Collins. Oh, and it's going to be, wow. The pass was intended for Kelsall, but instead, Kayani Griggs, who had no one around him, I think he must have been surprised that the ball was going to be thrown so well to him that he just dropped it. So he claps his hands and gets back in there. And meanwhile, the Wayne kicker is deep, maybe a yard from the back of the end zone. Bailey's Celery gets it away. It's going to go out of bounds, probably around the 35, 34 yard line, depending on where the ball is placed. Looks like they're actually going to give it a little bit more lift than I thought. It must have bounced one more time, so it's going to be placed, I think, at the 40, where the Concordia Cadets will take it over with 8:10 left in the third quarter, leading 41-8. Morrison's still there with Morrow in the backfield. Quick handoff right up the middle. He's going to be pulled down. Looks like number 9. That's Darius Alexander. He's the behemoth, 6'7", I believe, sophomore. Wayne coach has talked about him being a big little kid. He's one of the funniest players that he has on his team. Looks like the blitz is coming, and it's picked up though, and the pass is received to number 34, to Mark Mallers, and he's going to be close. Well, he does make first down, and so the Cadets will keep marching toward the Wayne goal line. Meningel sends in the play with the senior quarterback, 2 receivers to left and right. Oh, it's going to be intercepted, and I believe that's number 4, and he's going to run that almost all the way back, but a great hustle by number 77, Nick Webb. Webb brought down Fabian Pearson. If I got those numbers correct, that just shows some heart by the Wayne player, not just to let that interception go. So I believe that's going to be a first down at the looks like at about the 15-yard line. I believe that's the 4th interception on the season for the Cadets. So the Generals are going to see if they can make some positive yard lines, but number 7, Drew Bordner, just busts through the line and says, "Welcome to my world," and he drives the runner back into the ground, loses 6 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 16, maybe 15. Deontay Collins Drew fakes off the handoff. He looks to the right, and intended receiver is covered. Number 11, Craig Young. He wanted a penalty, not going to get it, and it's going to be 3rd and 15. In case you're wondering, my beloved Chicago Cubs, they're leading the Cincinnati Reds 3-1. What a magical season for the Cubs. It's at the top of the 7th. Obviously, I hope it continues. Now the pass is completed, this time to Darius Alexander.
Pass is complete. The number 9, Alexander. Brought down by Curligran.
It's going to be 4th down, though, with 5:35 left in this match, with the Cadets leading 41-8. Only score of the evening was by Derek Causey on a fumble recovery, and then a 2-point conversion. Oh, and a beautiful catch by number 11, Craig Young. There were people crying for a hold, but no can do, and the Generals are going to pick up 6 points with 5:15 left here in the third quarter. So the interception that went in and out of the receiver's hand for Concordia into number 4, Fabian Pearson's hands. Uh-oh. The Generals were going to try for 2, but the handoff is fumbled by Kelsaw, and so it's going to be just 41-14.
With 5:15 left in the third. This is the 18th year for the Concordia Sports Program book. We certainly hope that you enjoy reading through the book, and we ask that you
I know the score is lopsided, but we appreciate you hanging in there with us. Hope you're
There are no pass-outs for tonight's
enjoying this game. If nothing else, just seeing athletes doing their very best.
Concordia Lutheran High School is a smoke-free facility. Smoking is prohibited in the seating area of the stadium.
Just look down over this mass of people and seeing the students cheering on their friends and talking amongst each other. Just a great opportunity for these young people to have some of the best years of their life. And we thank all the teachers and the coaches.
47, Northrop 0.
Just announced here that Northrop is losing 47-0
Southside
to
16, Northside 6.
and in a game that means a lot to me. Sounds like Southside is beating Northside 16-6. Graduated from South in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, and here Wayne will kick off. And nice kick. It's going to be picked up, brought out, probably, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Drury is going to bring it back to the 12-yard line, but there is going to be a flag on the play, and I'm guessing it's going to be called against the Cadets. Perhaps a hold. The officials are standing there about the 12-yard line conferring. After a rainy day, I haven't seen a drop of rain. Thankful for our videographer who's high above the press box here. It is holding on the Cadets, so that's going to take the ball back.
Ball starting at 5, 1st and 10.
So with the score 41-14, the Cadets, Morrison's going to bring his squad out, backed up on the 5 or 6 yard line. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near. Morrison looking, but then he's going to, and the official, I hope he's okay, is going to create a little bit of he's going to get in the way, set up a little pick, or he might have had more But the official is up, and the Wayne General there, number 30, pats him on the back, Amari Fields. Not easy to be in that position for the official. These officials are hard to find nowadays. It's kind of an aging population, and they're having to do a lot of games, so I'm glad he's okay. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Looking, Mallers scampers around, finds Grahovic. Grahovic tries to get away, and yet number 13 for the Generals, Xavier Johnson, is going to bring him down, but it's not before a first down for the Cadets. So with 4:11, Cadets continue or get a little breathing room outside of where the ball originally was at about the 5. Grahovic has already scored 2 touchdowns this evening. Morrison looking to throw again. And he threw it right in the breadbasket of, I believe that's number 9, Davian Drawn, or excuse me, I believe that was Darius Alexander, and there was nobody in front of him, but just couldn't keep a hold of it, and so it's going to be 2nd and 10. He'll probably see that in his sleep tonight. One of the biggest linemen there. Morrison Ballers goes in motion now to the pitch to the outside. Morrow is going to come, and he's going to go down, but there's it looks like a flag in the backfield. And Morrison might have been taken down or had a late hit. He looks like he's all right, but there was a flag right next to him when he was lying there on the ground. So we'll see. It's the Generals are going backwards as the official, so it looks like another penalty on the Generals. Unnecessary roughness, it appears. That's the personal foul. That's the third personal foul call this half. I know that Coach Derek Moore is not going to like that. He wants to build players that are model citizens, and so Morrison's going to look and step up and complete it for a short game to Mallers. Looks like maybe a gain of 4 or 5.
Takes it to the 46, makes it 2nd and 5.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 with 3:14 left. So tough when you're already down 41-14. You want to get that extra lick in and take out a little frustration, but then your team ends up going backwards. Grahovic's here on the near side. Watch for him. He's one of the favorite. Now Morrison's going to look the other way. He's scampering around, and he's just going to take off and pick up maybe 3 yards on the play. He's going to be taken out of bounds. He jumps up, comes running across the field. See what Coach Menegill is asking. Looking for a little water, maybe even a little treatment for his arm.
Injury on the play.
Looks like there's another player that's down as well. So all the players take a knee. Not exactly sure who is down. I can't see because of the players, but again, we give thanks to Parkview Sports Medicine Just today, I had to take my daughter to a related physician for an injury that she sustained last night in a soccer match, and can see firsthand how these Parkview Sports Medicine trainers and physicians, how they really care for our athletes, and grateful for that. Appears that the player is up and off the field, and
3rd and 3 for the Cadets.
so it's 3rd and 3 for the Cadets, with 2:41 left. Chicago Cubs now with Ben Zobrist hitting a 2-run home run at the top of the 8th. They're now have extended their lead to 7-1 over the Reds. Makes his Cub fan happy. 3 receivers here to the right, 1 to the left. Morrow's in the background, or at the backfield, and a nice, almost caught on the play. That was number 12, Collinger. Broken up by number 24, Ahmad Hill.
4th and 2 for the Cadets.
So it's going to be 4th and 2. So will the Cadets go for it? Not seen Killigrand in the second half. Trying to see if I can find him on the sidelines. He's number 4. I do see him but just wonder if he's a little nicked up, because Morrow's predominantly played here in the second half. They're gonna, and Morrison can find a hole, as he had the Morrow in the backfield and the option, and he's able just to pick up that first down, it appears. The Wayne General's saying no, but and 24, Ahmad Hill, didn't think he made it, but sure enough, the officials give it to him, and it's first down. So fresh set of downs for the Cadets. 2:28, clock still rolling. 18 left in the play clock. Morrow still out there. Killigrand on the sidelines, holding his helmet. Up through the middle, Morrow. Will he get through? He does, and scores a touchdown. So, for his second touchdown of the game, number 20, Marcus Morrow, goes right up through the middle with 2:04 here in the third.
40-yard run by Morrow.
It's going to be a 40-yard run. Didn't seem like anyone touched him, and even when he was getting toward the end zone, it looked like the Generals just kind of let him drive by. Morrison's going to kick it, and it's going to go through the uprights.
Morrison's kick is good.
So now, at the 2:04 mark, it's 48-14 for the Cadets. Cadets, in the games that I've seen them this year, they've just totally dominated, and they didn't lose by much against Homestead last week, just a field goal, and as a result, I mean, they're 4-2, about ready to be 5-2. They could be 6-1. They have definitely played tough in a very difficult SAC, where last year 33% of those in the SAC won the state championships. So this is definitely a special team that has a balanced offensive attack, led by senior Peter Morrison, with Grahovic as a receiver, Kurlegrand as a running back, along with perhaps the running back for next year, Marcus Morrow, number 20. Then you throw in Keaton Collinger, who's a junior, and they're looks like they could be do well again next year. Morrison's going to kick this one, but it's going to go out of play.
Morrison's kick out of bounds.
And so the ball's going to be brought to the 35s. So with just 2:04 left here in the third,
Wayne starts on the 35. First and
Wayne
10.
Generals will start on the 35-yard line. Some of the student section starting to clear out. Now the Wayne offense will take over and try to generate something that they can celebrate in starting next week. Jones back. It's going to intended receiver is number 2, John Allen, but it goes just well over his head.
Second and 10 for the Generals.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. He's, for whatever reason, Deontay Collins-Jones has been off the mark tonight. Not exactly sure of the stats. Don't have that privilege of having a statistician next to me or in the press box. The press box here, very nice. Press box here at Concordia. They actually have the Wayne coaches on the other side of the field. Now it's out to Kelsaw. He's dangerous if he gets loose, and he continues to fight for yards. That pass, though, is complete, and it's going to give a first down to the Generals. Back to the facilities here. They're really nice here at a remodeled Zollner Stadium that's shared not only by the Concordia Cadets but also the Dwenger Saints. But they have 4 separate suites essentially where announcers and coaches and statisticians. Jones finds Young wide open, but he's going to get pushed out of bounds, but it's complete. Going to be a big pickup. As I said earlier, these Wayne Generals, they can score in a hurry. And so it's going to be first down on the 15-yard line. When Jones connects, he's got a rifle. In the backfield, he's got Cameron Johnson. Hart was in the backfield earlier, but appeared that he was hurt just a little bit earlier in the game. So you got number 11, Craig Young, here on the left-hand side. It's going to be a handoff. And it's going to John Allen, receiver, is going to go in motion, take that ball, but he's not going to make much, maybe 2 or 3, so it's going to be second down. We've got 1:13 left here in the quarter. Deontay Collins-Jones runs in with the play, trying to score before the end of this third quarter. Ball's at 13. Now 55 seconds left on the clock. Quick pass out to Kelson Jones. Excuse me, that's not Kelson Jones, that's Devin Kelsaw. Quick pass, but only going to pick up maybe two in the play. Third down and 6 and 30 seconds left. I don't know if the Generals will get this play off or not. They have to, I guess, or there'll be a penalty because there is about 1 or 2 seconds differential in the play clock. Here comes Deontay Jones, and he's going to go backwards and going to be taken down at about the 20-yard line. So that's going to end, bring an end to the third quarter with Concordia leading the Generals 48-14. Take this moment out to thank Sports Center. Sports Center is Fort Wayne's premier sporting goods dealer, offering equipment rental, embroidery, and screen printing. Sports Center is ready and willing to help you place your orders and or answer any questions concerning pricing. Sports Center is located on the southwest side of Fort Wayne, near the B-Dubs, on the backside of the village of Coventry. Encourage you to stop in, tell them that we sent you, and thank them for their partnership in bringing you not only these football games throughout the week, but also volleyball action, soccer, some golf highlights. So I encourage you to let our partners know, not only Sports Center, but also Parkview Sports Medicine, which is a proud supporter of Fort Wayne area athletics and its athletes. Parkview Sports Medicine can provide the training, treatment, and education you need to advance your sports game. If you have questions about injury prevention, sports nutrition, and more, we've got you covered. That's Parkview Sports Medicine at parkview.com.
Southside 14, Northside 12.
Close match. The Archers are up 14-12. Here, as we start the fourth quarter with a fresh 12 minutes, it's fourth down and 14. Three receivers to the far side, one to the near side, up in the corner. It's going to be a jump ball, and the fans are wanting a push-off call, but they don't call it. And Young was doing all he could to catch that ball and stretch for the pylon. The pylon's even down, and yet they are going to give him the catch, but not the touchdown. So the ball is going to be placed at the 3-yard line. First and goal for the Generals. Certainly appeared that the receiver for the Generals had offensive pass interference, but they didn't call it that way. Now there's going to be a penalty on this play, and it's going to be delay of game as there's 0 on the play clock. And unfortunately for the Generals, they're going to have to march that ball back 5 yards after being so close at the 3.
Takes it back to the 8-yard line.
I guess that's part of being a young team, and something I remember the coach for Wayne talking about earlier in the year, just how they cannot give these kind of penalties away and expect to win these contests. They definitely have some incredible talent, and yet they're going to have to stop the penalties. Look into the end zone, and the ball is tipped, and then it's not catched or not caught. Alexander had the first touch on the ball, and then the ball came down into Young, but it hit the ground before it was the pass was completed, and so he'll bring up second and goal for the Generals. The fans here at Zollner Stadium are trying to encourage their, actually I don't know that they're encouraging so much. Well, Kelsaw is going to go in for the touchdown. It doesn't matter what the fans are doing. I thought the fans were trying to cheer on their cadets, but instead they all just wanted a t-shirt that's being shot into the stands by the ROTC leaders down below. So the touchdown is scored with 11:14 left here in the fourth quarter. That run by Kelsaw. Once again, the Generals are going to try to go for 2. Hand off to Kelsaw, but he's gobbled up. And so for the second touchdown in a row. The two-point conversion fails. And so that means the score is going to be 48-20. As the band plays, one of the things that we have enjoyed doing is playing or taping the halftime shows due to the field condition, I would assume, and perhaps with it being homecoming, the Concordia Cadets marching band did not go out on the surface. They stayed right there on the track and played. Definitely have done well through the years here at Concordia with their marching band, and we celebrate all the time and energy that all of these musicians put, as well as the cheerleaders who are down on the track right now, and as in every game, contest, match, show so much spirit, and oftentimes are overlooked with the amount of time of practice that they put in. But we celebrate their efforts. So 11-14, still a lot of time here in this first half, and we're going to try this kick again, and that's an onside kick, and once again it's going to be the same results. So did they call it offsides this time, or are they going to say that he kicked it and then he downed it?
Wayne with a 1-yard kick on the play.
Yeah. This is the second time this play has not worked. They tried it earlier in the game, and fortunately for Wayne, they were called offsides. This time, no one was offsides. The kicker just didn't get much of his foot into it, and so that's not going to help his average. That's a 1-yard kick. And so the Cadets will, and the quarterback number 2, Peter Morrison, will start with good field condition or field position at the 41 of Wayne. We got Morrow still in the back field. And right up through the middle is Morrow, where he's going to pick up 5. Still looking for Killigrand, the leading rusher for the Cadets on the sidelines. And he's down here on the far side about the 35-yard line. He's got his helmet in his hands, and you always kind of tell where Peterson Curligrand is, because his hair is a little bit of a tan or reddish color on top. So 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And quick handoff right up the middle to Morrow, just like that last play where he scored the touchdown. He's going to pick up more than the first down. The ball's going to get down to the 20.
Brought down by number 15, Walton. The run takes it to the
Number 15, Drayvon Walton, is going to bring him down.
That's enough for a Concordia first down.
That looked like the same play that he just scored in the last quarter, with 2:04 left, and scampered 40-some yards to put the Cadets up 48-14. Now they're up 48-20 after Kelsaw just scored. Morrison. Oh, this time Morrow is going to slip on the play, and so no, there's no gain.
There's a final. Bishop Dwayner 14, Bishop Lures 7.
We just announced that Bishop Dwenger beat the Bishop Luers Knights in the Battle of the Bishops tonight at Luers Knights Field. So must have been a pretty wet track because those teams generally score more points than 21. Morrison drops it, but he's going to throw it, and right in the breadbasket of number 34, Mark Mallers. So with 9 minutes left here in the game, Mallers is going to get into the action. I believe that's his first TD of the night. Play originally, the ball fell out of the hands, but Morrison had the presence of mind to pick it up and throw it to his fellow senior, Morrison, who took it in. Morrison's going to kick it for the extra point, and it's good. So with 9 minutes to go, Concordia now has 55, and Wayne has 20. This game's never truly been in doubt. Concordia has just had this game from the early onset. They led at one point 27-0 with 6:39 left in the second quarter, and they really never looked back.
Future cadet winners Bobby Pierce from Holy Cross and Emma Hauser from St. Paul's. Bobby and Emma, come up to the press box and claim your prize.
So Morrison, who's, let's see, he's passed 1, 2, 3 for 4 touchdowns tonight. He's will kick it off for the Cadets. Steps into it. Nice boot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, Young's going to take that ball, and he's going to go all the way.
Touchdown, Wayne.
Craig Young, who's 6'5" sophomore, just another one of the talented sophomores for the Generals. Going to take that all the way back. Perhaps that's why earlier in the game, Concordia was not kicking it off to the Generals, because they have that kind of breakneck speed as well as talent. So just 15 seconds goes off the clock. Craig Young, sophomore. Let's see, Wayne has not tried a PAT yet tonight, so they're going to go for 2 once again. This time's Colin Jones. He throws it. It's going to be tipped at the line. And so for the third time in a row, the 2-point conversion is incomplete. So Concordia has 55, and Concordia has 55. Wayne has 26 here at Zollner Stadium with 8:45 left. Band doing a nice job off to my right to keep the crowd engaged in this.
Anderson Drew back for the Cadets.
So Wayne will kick it off, and we'll see if they go for the onside kick for a third time or if they'll just kick it away. See if a third time is the charm. Yeah, they're going to try it again, and about the same results. This time the ball is going to go to about the, it almost worked. The onside kick gets it about to the 49, but it's recovered by the Cadets.
Kickoff recovered by Orban.
I guess desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's they've tried nothing else. They'll put that play in the minds of the future teams that they'll be playing.
Number 15, Jacob Dorfler in for quarterback.
Now there's going to be a quarterback change.
Run up the middle for a short gain by number 82,
Dorfler, number 15, in for the Cadets, will come in to quarterback probably the rest of the way. The Cadets, there's going to be a timeout called. Thank you again for joining us here on this broadcast.
Future cadet winner Olivia Koenig from St. Peter's. Olivia Koenig, come up to the press box.
Once again, new quarterback in, Jacob Dorfler, or Dorfler. He's a junior. He's 6'2". Nice clean pants. You can tell he's not been in the game. He's going to hand it off to Morrow.
Dorfler's hand off to Jones.
Actually, to Jones. So a lot of the different substitutions are coming in. I believe that's number. I'll have to check his number. Wayne has called another timeout. Ball's at the 47-yard line with 8:29 left. Again, Concordia firmly in command, 55-26. As I look down into the stands, I see that someone brought their love seat, and so they're just kind of relaxing down in the stands. These kids will do the craziest thing. We've got some Concordia, probably seniors, upperclassmen that have pom-poms in their hands, and I guess that's what happens when you have a game like this. It's really never been that close. Once again, the Cadets are just going to just keep the ball on the ground. It's going to bring up fourth down. So with 8:07, 8:06 now, 29 seconds left on the play clock. The Cadets are going to go for it again. And they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout Concordia. Future cadet winner Trinity Eliason from Holy Cross. Come on up to the press box.
As I said earlier, next week the Cadets will travel to 6A Carroll, who I believe were beaten tonight by the Homestead Spartans, and the Generals will host the Homestead Spartans. This game could have been a game that the Concordia Cadets could have looked past because they've got two formidable foes in their last 2 weeks of the season.
14, Northside 12.
Southside has just been announced that they've won their first game of the season, and of course that's a big win for the Archers as they beat Northside for the totem pole, the annual contest that sought after. The pass is intended for number 12, Colliner, but it's incomplete, and so we're going to turn it over on downs, and so Wayne will have another opportunity. Still a lot of time left on this clock. 7:28. Both these teams like to put the ball up in the air, so that really slows down the pace of the game. It's already a 9:45. This game started at 7. They might have added an extra 10 minutes at half due to homecoming. They also had senior night at the beginning, but and now we're going to go back to the original quarterback for the Wayne Generals, who's going to pitch it out to Kelsall, and he's going to lose yardage. Ethan Hartman, who started this game,
Fairfield with the stop on the play.
He's going to go back over to his coach and get some instructions. Time ticking down now, 7:57. Second down, and looks like about 14. He's looking, going deep, and for the second time in a row, Craig Young is going to jump up for that ball. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Craig Young is also on the Wayne Generals basketball team. And he jumped up just like he did on the last possession before the run back, where it landed about the 2 or 3 yard line that led to a touchdown for the Generals. Another heave coming back to where the ball, will he catch it?
Hartman's pass
and
complete.
Yes, it's complete to number 7, Zach Daniels.
Another first down for Wayne.
So Wayne will pick up another first down. Ball's going to be at the 7 yard line. It's going to be first and goal. The receiver actually had to come back because the ball was underthrown. In the backfield is number 20, Cameron Johnson. Another pass, this time to Kelsall, does a little juke move, goes into the right-hand side of the end zone for another touchdown for the Generals. So with 5:50 left here in the game, we've got a good old shootout here at Zollner Stadium. This time it was Ethan Hartman who threw that, and once again the Generals are going to go for a 2-point conversion. See if this is their lucky. Oh, the ball's fumbled. There's a flag in the play.
Penalty on the play.
Fumbled snap. So we'll call
Generals.
false start against the Generals. So right now the scoreboard reads 55-32 with 5:50 left. Ball's going to be marched back 5 yards, and Hartman's going to go over to his coach to see what they can come up with. See if they can, a fourth time is a charm. Going to want to stay in touch with SummitCitySports.com. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of sectional action on the pitch and on the field, on the courts here soon. So, and this ball is just going to be underthrown and intercepted by the Cadets.
Hartman's 2-point conversion intercepted.
Couldn't see the number for the young man who intercepted that. It was by Curligran, but not Peterson. But I believe it's his brother Preston, number 31, who's a junior. So it's now 55-32. Still doesn't feel like this game is in any danger. As I look across the field, I see the cheerleaders from Wayne. They're continuing to try to inspire their loyal fans on the other side of the field. I'm sure they're making Principal John Hauser very proud. Good man, works very hard, as all do all the educators here in the Fort Wayne area. We celebrate and salute them. So here the Generals will kick it off. And I think for a minute there, the Generals or the Cadets were wondering if yet another offside or onside kick would take place. This time it's going to be kicked away. Short kick. It's going to be picked up by number 1, Colton Grahovic.
Grahovic on the run back, taken to the.
And he's going to get back 46. To the 46-yard line, where
tackled by number 12,
most likely number 15, Jacob Dorfler, will come out and lead his team. It's been 13 scores in this game. And Concordia has the majority of them to lead 55-32 with 5:33. This is a good time for some of the youngsters to get some additional play. This time the ball is handed off to number 32, Alec Quinn. No gain on the play.
Down by 16, Chambers.
Cameron Chambers brings him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Cadets.
And number 32, who just carried it, Alec Quinn, will come off the field. See a lot of white on the field now for the Concordia Cadets. So Coach Meningol has sent in his reserves. Another handoff right up the middle, and Wayne still fighting, trying to keep this from the Cadets from scoring anymore. 4:35.
Number 30, Craddock.
This time, Nick Craddock, number 30. He's a sophomore, 5'7" running back. He's met at the line. None other than Darius Alexander, a sophomore. From 5'7", meets 6'5". That's quite the quite the difference. A lot of the fans still here at Zollner Stadium supporting their Cadets. Now another handoff, this time to Craddock, goes off the right-hand side, but a nice tackle.
Dorfler's handoff to Craddock. No gain on the play.
There's no gain. It's going to be 4th down. Number 13, was in on that tackle. Xavier Johnson.
Brings up 4th and 10 for the Cadets.
It's going to bring 4th and 10, and looks like we're going to punt it away. I could be wrong, but I believe this is the first punt in the game for the Cadets. Nice high spiral, almost to the head of Kelsall, but he's coming here to the near side. He's got speed, but he's going to be chased down and finally go out of bounds.
Linnemeyer with a nice punt.
Linnemeyer
Number 5, Kelsall.
for Concordia is the punter. He's averaged over 30 yards a punt, I believe, in the stats that I looked at prior to this game.
On the 25.
So Wayne's going to take over with 3:04 remaining in the game. Ball's at the 25-yard line. Ethan Hartman still in as quarterback. The chain gang, they needed to, they weren't quite set. So they're running down the field, and the ball's going to be placed. Want to give a shout out to David Mortensen. He's been standing up on the. There's going to be a penalty. There's a block in the back. Penalty called against the Cadets, but I give a shout out to David Mortensen. He's been standing up in the cold. Fortunately, no rain here in this on top of the press box at Zollner Stadium. To bring you the video action. It will start to turn chilly. We appreciate those video guys that are willing to bring you these pictures and video of the pass out to the left side.
Complete to Johnson for a loss.
The pass is received, but isn't going to pick up anything. Those screen passes tonight just have not worked well for the Generals.
2nd and 11 for the Generals.
So it's 2nd and 11 with time ticking down, 2:34. And this ball is nearly intercepted this time.
Hartman's pass incomplete. Intended for number 2, Allen. Brings up 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd down. And Waynes has 2:16 left. 3rd down and 12 or 11. Ball's at the, looks like about the 14-yard line. Looks like another new quarterback. And this time, number 11, Craig Young, is pushed out of bounds. So we got 4th and 5. Would assume that being down 55-32, they're going to go for it. Oh, nice hit.
Hartman's pass complete to number 7, Daniels.
I take that back. Hartman's still in there. Again, it's difficult to see the difference between the 6s and the 8s.
Turnover on downs.
Preston Gerlegrand on the stop, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Concordia. all the regulars for the Cadets are on the sidelines, and they're going to call a timeout for Concordia. Don't know if the coach is going to try to get a touchdown for his reserve players, or we're just going to try to let this clock run out. Again, it has to be a special night for Concordia, being that it's senior night and homecoming. Fans were treated to a outstanding offensive performance by the Cadets. These Cadets obviously have an opportunity, I think, to go far in this tournament that will be coming up. They've got 2 more games left on the schedule. That won't be easy, but they've represented themselves well thus far. And the new QB for the Cadets, Dorfler, just drops it, and so he's going to lose 4. Might be getting just a little bit chilly down on that field, and with that ball probably a little bit wet, might get a little slippery. But no excuses, I'm sure. This time they're just going to take a knee and let the time run out. So again, over a 3-hour ball game. And now the time is left is 52 seconds left. We're about ready to wrap this up. We thank you again for joining us. We want to thank our sponsors, SummitCitySports.com, or thank the broadcast, SummitCitySports.com, sponsored by Parkview Sports Medicine. And the junior quarterback for the Cadets just takes another knee, and so that's going to do it. And the Cadets are going to come out victorious, 55-32, here at Zollner Stadium on senior night and homecoming. The 2 teams are going to shake hands at the center of the field. I'm sure Wayne is disappointed, but I'm confident that they're going to have some good years ahead of them in the future. Again, next week, Concordia will go to Carroll, and Wayne will host Homestead. So both of these teams are going to have some tough competition in the weeks ahead. We thank you again for joining us here at SummitCitySports.com. Please share this with your friends and family and let them know of this great resource that's provided for them here in the Summit City. We, on behalf of our videographer, David Mortensen, I'm Michael Mortensen. Thank you again for joining us this week here on another broadcast here on SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine and Sports Center, where you can have all of your embroidery and silk screening done right here in Fort Wayne. Until next time, thanks again for joining us on this broadcast. Good night, everyone.